Hi, I'm Vincent Casalaina. I'm 71 years old. I've retired from doing video production, so this is something I know a lot about. I live in Berkeley, California now. So why did I choose to do this? I came to Nepal because the person who I race sailboats with, she's trekked in Nepal before, and she's told me stories about trekking here. And so the whole idea that I could come and combine community development with going on a trek was really exciting for me. Debbie, my partner, and I looked into various community development projects, and a broader view was really rated very highly, and not just by a few people, but by a lot of people. So we were very impressed with the broader view, and when we found that there was a community development project here in Kathmandu, that really was why we wanted to come here. What was the most surprising thing? Learning to work within the tools that are available. In the US, construction techniques are quite different than they are here. And I had not realized the vast gulf between what was available to work with here and what I would use in this country. But the result is pretty much the same. You end up with a building that has all the things you need. It's just made differently. The host family gave us great insight into the culture of Nepal, which is really what makes a homestay so wonderful. This is my first trip to a third world country. I was not prepared for the differences, but it meant that I learned a lot about what it's like. What was the most difficult experience in the program? Project management. The rains had delayed the construction, which meant that some of the things that we had thought we were going to be doing were not things that we could accomplish. But there were lots of other ancillary things that will aid the library in the future that we were able to work on. Like I said, the host family was really good. We really had no bad experiences. Country. The poor road conditions. Debbie been to third world countries before and was much more prepared for the roads. I had only been to one really second worldish country whose roads I thought were terrible. And when I got here, I went, wait, this is much worse than that. The other thing is the sanitation and refuse. That there was just a lot more rubbish around than I had thought there would be. I learned that the area just has a new sanitation program where they come and pick up the trash, which is a great step forward. Any tips for future volunteers? Bring as little as you possibly can. Plan on washing often. There's no need to bring a lot of stuff along with you. If you can get it into one small suitcase, you would be well off. Sightseeing. Take advantage of both the local trekking options and the longer term trekking before or after the program. Donations. Make it easier for us to donate to the community development project. We feel like we've been a part of this, and we'd really like to be able to continue having a relationship with this particular project to make the library successful. Laundry and internet. Hand washing and hanging out the clothes on the roof got everything clean and dry without really much problem. The internet is spotty. It was down at least part of every day. But when it's up, we had great connectivity and we're able to do everything we wanted to do with it. Other things volunteers should know about. City and town. There are no street names and buildings have no numbers. So you need to have a good sense of direction. Weather. It was hot and no appreciable rain while we were here, which I'm told is not really normal for this time of year. But it was definitely hot. I brought clothes that were not what I would have brought had I known it was just going to be hot. The jeans were good for keeping paint off of me, but way too hot. I would have brought something different. And then I added a third element, which was air pollution. That is a problem here, and not every day, but there were a few days here when the air pollution was really strong, and an N95 mask might be something that people want to think about bringing along with extra filters. Local people, very friendly. Never found anyone who wasn't friendly, who wasn't willing to try and help us if we looked like we didn't know what we were doing. So that was very good. We took a one-day trip to Nagarkot, saw a beautiful hill town and had a good lunch at the hotel. It was well worth the trip, not just for the end of the trip, but the whole drive up the hills, looking at the hill towns and the way the people live was really very, very helpful. So what did we do while we were here? We started by moving dirt as part of raising the level of the yard around the library. We then scraped the brick fences in the library yard and along the access path to the street. We scraped and cleaned and primed galvanized panels to go on top of the brick fence as added security to the library. We painted the brick fence along the access path. We painted galvanized panels. We cleaned additional galvanized panels and primed and painted them. So a lot of smaller stuff which will in the end be very useful to the library. How would you describe your accommodation? We had our own room with a double bed. There were 2 single beds, but were not needed by other volunteers. We're very grateful that we had the room to ourselves. Meals. Dinners were very good. Dal, several vegetable options, rice or noodles, and roti. Over the 2 weeks, there were many different combinations. One dinner with chicken and one with cheese. Security. We always felt secure and never felt that we needed to be concerned about our belongings. The host family, very helpful, very friendly. What are your memories of the trip program? By the end, I felt like we had accomplished some useful things for the library. The host family is hardworking and very dedicated to making us feel welcome. The country, hoping to see it become cleaner, more prosperous country as more people become more educated. How is the local ABV coordinator and staff and support provided in the country? Airport, spectacular. After a long flight from San Francisco to Kathmandu, seeing the ABV sign amidst the many, many other signs made us feel well taken care of. Orientation Day. We learned a lot in the presentation and learned how to get around and change money. Since most of us here have smartphones, it would be helpful to point out maps.me app. This app works without Wi-Fi connection, so it's good when you're going around town. If you know where you're going, you can find your way there. Daily support. Talk with hosts every morning to lay out the daily work plan. We always got the material and tools that we asked for. How was the information you received from ABV? I think there could be more emphasis on language immersion. On both the website and in the emails, so that people have a better sense that that's available to them when they come. Even a little bit of Nepali helped us get around better and gave us more of a sense of feeling like we belonged in the country. And I would be happy to talk with people if they had questions in the future.